Good afternoon, everybody. Are you ready for this session where we're gonna do something together?
Yeah.
Oh no, they're not ready. They're not ready. Let me ask again. Are you ready for us to do this session together?
Yes.
Okay. Because today it's not really about the Ombudsman. It is about you. Yes? Today I first want to say thank you for being here. Yeah? And I want to this time talk about something very important to all of us. Good governance and democracy. And I will do something I did this morning. Okay, let me say one time off the record. I'm gonna have a little problem because in fact I want to interact with you and I'm dancing in fact all over the place. But Dcomm is taping. Yeah? And Dcomm told me I can't go all over the place. They told me that I have to be in one place. And I have a big problem doing that. Yeah? But we're gonna try, right? Because we want more people than you, only you get to participate after. And if I fly all over the place, they can't handle it, right? So, at the same time, Carmencita, I need somebody here at all time with the second mic because I can't fly all over the place. So instead of me flying all over the place, I need a shadow. You know, a second person that flies all over the place for me. Okay? All right.
We have a second mic.
Yes, right there. Okay, having said that, so we're gonna make it an interactive session where you get involved. But as we're gonna speak about democracy, I did it this morning spontaneously. It's less spontaneous now, but I'm still gonna do it. I'm gonna ask and start with 30 seconds silence. Why? This week in Parliament in Curacao, a situation happened which I utterly regret. When we talk about democracy, it is important that we understand what democracy is. And I think if we look around the world, not only Curacao, but Curacao is our sister country. When something like that happens close to us, it hits home stronger. So, in remembrance of what we are all about, a democracy, I want to start with 30 seconds of silence. Those 30 seconds were meant for us to reflect on what it means to be living in a democracy. Then my first question to you is, what is a democracy? What is the core of a democracy? So please raise your hand and Carmencita will come to you. And remember, we're going to talk with each other. Yes? What is a democracy and what is the core of a democracy? Please. Raise your hand, please don't be shy. It's us.
Democracy is the right of the from the majority opinion.
The majority opinion of who?
From whatever you are talking about. That's democracy, right?
But when we talk about democracy, who has opinions?
Everybody.
Everybody. And
Yes.
everybody say are people.
Yes.
Yeah? Okay, so rights of people, and it said majorities. Yeah?
Just to add to what my friend here said, it's also respecting the rights of the people, the majority as well as the minority, respecting them.
Respecting the rights of the, and Florence, respect for the rights of the people. Yeah?
To add to that is also that's not only respect, but I just had it's gone.
No problem, no problem. It's about us.
That's right.
It's us together. It's about us.
Freedom of speech.
Freedom of speech of who?
People.
Of the people. Freedom of speech of the people. Any other opinion when we talk about democracy? And the three answers that we received, what is the word that comes back up in all answers? People. People. Ladies and gentlemen, when we speak about democracy, the core of a democracy is the people. At the end of our conversation today, it is important that you understand that you, the people, that is what the democracy is all about. The people. Very simple. So, in fact, whether it's about the freedom of speech, whether it's the rights, the respect of the rights, the core word is the people. The people rule. Yes? How? When we say the people rule, please, at the end of it, you have to know it's all about you. We're not going to talk about your rights only, but your responsibilities. Yeah? Let me take this example. Many of us in our households, we have a housekeeper. We depend on that housekeeper, right? That housekeeper rules, as a matter of fact, in our house because we go to work. While we at the job, they rule in our house. Does that mean that, no, as the housekeeper rules in your house, what do you do? What do you do? Do you say, well, since I have a housekeeper, that's it? What do you do? Yeah?
You control.
Yeah, you control. What else? Yeah? You give directives. Yes? It's your house. Yeah? So you execute certain responsibilities. The responsibility of the well-being of your house does not lie solely in the hands of your housekeeper. Right or wrong? Because at the end of the day, it's not just the responsibility of your housekeeper that your house is clean, that your food is cooked, that the clothes are washed. It is your responsibility as well. So, when we talk about democracy and the rights of the people, we have to look at our responsibility. Because if St. Martin is our house, and we put people to run our house, we have a responsibility to check how our house is being run. Right or wrong? Okay. Now, let's look in our Constitution what we have to check how our house, our country is being run. First of all, the very first right that we have in our democracy to run our country, St. Martin, what do we do? Do we all run it doing the daily things ourselves? Just like how you're not doing your basic household work because you're going out to work, you have somebody to do the work for you. Who we put here in our democracy to do the work for us? Do we put our government there? Do we put there? Parliament. Yeah? So, each one of us, over 18 years, Dutch nationality, we have the responsibility to collectively and individually go to the polls once in the 4 years, if it's correct, to vote. To say, listen, I give this person my vote, the authority to represent me, to take care of my business, our business, yeah? So, one thing we have, the right to vote, elections. In our Constitution, we have another thing where we can directly, collectively, decide what we want to do with our country. Because collectively, we made use of that right. 10-10-10 came, we became a country within the Dutch kingdom. What we did before we had a referendum. That is another way that we, according to our Constitution, can have direct influence on how our country is ruled. And ultimately, something that we discussed earlier, we have the responsibility to monitor our representatives. Electing our representatives is one thing, but your responsibility to monitor what happens is something that we often forget. Monitoring doesn't mean just criticizing, yeah? Getting informed, and that is what we're gonna do today, yes? Is very important if we want to monitor. Okay? Now, there is, this morning it was very interesting because the idea of this session is to break down what a democracy is and the role of us as citizens. We try to use as many words that are understandable. Yes? Okay, we have established the people are most important in a democracy. We have seen we go to elections to elect our representatives, and we have to monitor what they do. What is the basic law that tells us how our country is organized? How do you call that basic document? Yeah? The Constitution, the staatsregeling, right? The Constitution. This morning, a person said, the Constitution is a contract between government and the people. Exactly, that is what the Constitution is. Anybody can tell me how the Constitution starts? What are the very first words in the Constitution? We call it the preamble. How does the preamble of the Constitution start? Anybody knows that? Remember, that's the contract between us and government. Yeah. Exactly. Yes. Do you hear it in the back there? Okay. Kevin, because maybe we can ask you to come a little closer as well, please. Yeah? We're not having a lecture today, we're having a conversation. Yeah?
We the people and
Okay. That's all we want to know. We the people. Like that document that is called the Constitution starts. This document, mines look all raggedy because it's something I use on a regular basis. In Dutch is the Staatsregeling van Sint Maarten, popularly called the Constitution. And it starts, we the people. If you have a contract starting with we the people, shouldn't you know more or less what's in that contract? Yes? You must know more or less what's in the contract, because it starts saying that you, we the people, that includes you. Whether you like it or not, you have elected representatives to sign this document into law. Yeah? We have to remember, people, at the end of this session, when you leave here, you have to leave with the notion anything that happened in this island is my concern, is pertaining to my interest, including my responsibility to contribute that this contract is properly executed. Yeah? Okay. Let's look at how this document, this contract, how it looks. The Constitution. It has its proper checks and balances. We, the people, based on trust, elect how many people to Parliament? 15 people to Parliament. Those 15 people are the people that gonna represent these 50,000 plus people living on the Dutch side of Sint Maarten. Those, you put them there to represent you and me, to supervise the ministers, the administration of this country. Right? Okay. Just taking a step back, just now I used the home and our housekeeper to try to bring home what our responsibility is. Yeah? Now, let's do now the business. You have a business, right? You have a business. You select people to run your business for you. Yeah? We're talking a big business. Who you gonna elect, choose to put in your supervisory board? Your son that you just like, but he is squandering the money? Your neighbor who looks good and is friendly? A friend that is so nice to you? Do you select the people to run and oversee your business based on those criteria? What are the criteria you are looking for when you want your business to be successful?
Qualification.
Yeah, here?
Qualification.
That's because the people want to hear. Yes? Yeah? What you looking for?
Qualification.
Qualification? Trustworthiness. What else? Knowledge. Yeah? These are the things we are looking for when we look for people to do our business. That's the supervisory board. So the same thing. Why would we look for other criteria than those important criteria when we are selecting those 15 people to run our country. Yeah? Because we are doing it, we must trust them. Right? We must trust them that they will supervise the ministers, the administration. Yeah? We have 7 ministries. Those 7 ministers, are they doing the work by themselves? No. Who they have to help them? Who they have? Civil servants. Yeah? So, it's the ministers with their civil servants. Each minister is responsible for their ministry. So, you expect the ministers to do what? To supervise the civil servants. Ladies and gentlemen, do you realize how simple and basic government and the organization of our country is when we break it down? Yeah? Do you see already how what your responsibility is? Now, we're going back. It starts with the people. The people, based on trust, elects 50 people for parliament because you trust them to oversee the ministers who are charged with the administration. Those ministers are responsible for the whole civil service. Now, just like in your home and in your business, after you put those people to work for you, that you cannot sit and say, okay, cool and calm. Your responsibility, the people, is to check, are these people who I elect to put there to take care of our business, are they doing their job? Duh. Yeah? The Constitution, the contract that the people have with the government, gives Parliament, your representatives, 3 important high councils of state. The General Audit Chamber, the Council of Advice, and the Ombudsman. What does the General Audit Chamber do? What does the General Audit Chamber do? This is your contract, you know. Hello? It's your contract, yeah? You have a contract with government. What did you tell your parliamentarians, yeah, at that time when they made the Constitution, yeah? What this General Audit Chamber has to do? What do? Yeah?
They monitor the operation of government or the ministers, and then they report that advice to the parliament.
But what part exactly? The audit chamber?
The finances.
The finances, yeah? Of course, I mean, those 15 people can't do it by themselves to supervise the ministers. So, something very important, how do you deal with my money? Because that money is whose money? Our money, right? Every penny government spend is our money. We pay taxes, yeah? Your money pays me. So, why I'm standing here? To inform you why you paying me. You understand? Yeah? That is part how I see my task, yeah? I am being paid for my nice face to do a job, right? And I'm reporting to you. The Council of Advice, what are they doing? Which word is in that? Advice. So they are advising at time when government, parliament has to make laws. And what does the Ombudsman do? Yeah? Yeah? Yes, here? Yes?
We make sure those laws are carried out.
Those laws are carried out in what sense?
Proper way.
In proper way?
In the direction of the people.
In the direction of the people, very good. Yeah, very good. Anything else? Yes?
According to the Constitution, right?
Yes, according to the Constitution. What else? Okay, two very important things I said. Make sure the laws are carried out in the interest of the people and according to the Constitution. Two roles. One, the Ombudsman looks at the relationship between government and the people. How is government treating the people? Are they adhering to good governance? Because you can have laws, but if you don't execute your laws in a proper manner, the interests of the people are not served. What is the Ombudsman looking at? Propriety, behavior, conduct of government. The law states that to get a license, a bus license, certain things have to be followed, and based on certain criteria you get a license. Now this lovely lady submitted a request for a bus license. 2 months passed, 3 months passed, a year passed, no answer. Hey, is the law being followed? What are the criteria? Is it because government don't like my face? Is it because I had a flag flying of the wrong quote-unquote party during election? Why aren't I getting an answer? Yeah, which flag you fly during election or carry on your car has nothing to do with following proper procedures to give a license. Yeah? So the Ombudsman will investigate if the lady comes, what's happening? Why is this lady getting an answer? In that process, we look at, is the law really being followed? Are the criteria being followed? Another point was saying, the Constitution. A second task of the Ombudsman is guardian of the Constitution. Yeah? Making sure that laws that are ratified by government don't trample on your rights. Because even Parliament has to take your rights in consideration. God forbids that you have a law. Because it's the law, it tramples on your rights. And let me see if you all follow what we do. Last year, the Constitutional Court, there is this, the role of guardian of the Constitution comes into play. As Ombudsman, we took a law to the Constitutional Court. Because no matter how much I, as an Ombudsman and everybody, agree that corruption has to be curtailed, has to be dealt with, if a law tramples on your right, that right cannot stand. Which law did the Ombudsman took to the Constitutional Court and got a verdict last year where the Constitutional Court killed that law? Which law was that? Yeah?
Integrity law.
Yeah, the law on the integrity chamber.